Hello and good evening. Welcome to another live stream. Tonight, game one of the ALCS, the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. A trip to the World Series on the line for the winner of this series. We will preview this game momentarily, but first of all, do want to start off with a prayer. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day, and please protect everyone involved tonight, Lord, players, fans, and all, and just please put your protection on us as well, Lord, as we really need you, and just protect us all and just look over us all, Lord, as I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, Seattle Mariners, Toronto Blue Jays, game number one of this series, ALCS. Blue Jays dispatching the Yankees in the division series in 4. The Mariners coming off that epic 15-inning Game 5 win over the Tigers. Short turnaround. They had about 1 day to enjoy that series win before having to travel to Toronto to get ready for the ALCS against the Blue Jays. Pitching matchup tonight, Bryce Miller will take the mound for the Mariners. Kevin Gausman taking the hill for the Toronto Blue Jays. As these two teams, Blue Jays, have not been to the ALCS since 2016. Mariners have not been to the ALCS since 2001, and the Mariners have never made the World Series. Trying to change that. The Blue Jays won 2 consecutive championships in 1992 and 1993. Technically held the championship trophy for 3 years because they won it in 92 and 93. Well, the 94 World Series was lost to the strike. So technically they held the World Series championship trophy from 1992 all the way to 1995. So they want to get it back up there in Toronto. Blue Jays won the season series between these two teams, 4-2. Take that for what you will, because that doesn't really mean much in the playoffs now, as it is the Mariners and the Blue Jays in game one. Take a look at the batting order. First, for the Seattle Mariners, Randy Arozarena in left field will lead off. Cal Raleigh, with his 60 home runs this year, catching and batting second. Rodriguez in center field will bat third. Polanco at second base is the cleanup hitter. Naylor at first base will bat fifth. Eugenio Suarez at third base will bat sixth. Canzone DHing tonight and batting seventh. Victor Robles in right field will bat eighth, and J.P. Crawford at shortstop batting ninth, and rounding out the batting order tonight for the Seattle Mariners. And again, getting the start in game one for the Blue Jays, Kevin Gausman. Gausman this season, he was the Blue Jays ace. 32 starts this year, 10-11 record, 3.59 ERA. Walked 50, struck out 189 in 193 innings. He did get the win in the one game he pitched in the division series against the Yankees, when 5 2/3 innings, gave up a run, 4 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 3 in that game. As we are almost set for game one in Toronto, Mariners and Blue Jays. NLCS gets underway tomorrow. Game one between the Dodgers and the Brewers. And one thing worth noting for the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette, who was not on the Division Series roster, he is on the ALCS roster. Not in the lineup tonight, but we may see him as this series goes on. We are just about set to get underway in Toronto. The top 2 seeds in the American League, both these teams getting the bye in the wild card round. Mariners finished 90-72 on the season. Blue Jays finished 94-68, tied with the Yankees for the best record in the American League. As the Blue Jays take the field, Mariners coming out in their teal green uniforms tonight for game one. Blue Jays coming out with their blue tops. And it will be Randy Arozarena to lead it off for the Mariners here in game one. Arozarena in the regular season was a .238 hitter, 27 home runs. He drove in 76. In the division series, Arozarena just 174, 4 for 23 in that series against the Tigers. As Gausman finishes his warm-up tosses, as we are just about set to go in game one. As it becomes a best of 7 now in the ALCS. Umpiring crew tonight, Ryan Addington is behind the plate. Ben May over at first base. Alfonso Marquez. Umpire at second, Marvin Hudson over at third base. Down the left field line, DJ Rayburn. And down the right field line, Quinn Wolcott. So Mariners and Blue Jays, game one, ALCS. Mariners looking for their first ever World Series appearance. Blue Jays looking to get back there for the first time in 32 years. So here's Arozarena stepping in. And the first pitch, game one in Toronto. We are underway. Outside, ball one to Arozarena. It's the 1-0 from Gausman. Inside to Arozarena. It's 2-0. That misses low and outside, and it's quickly 3-0 the count to Randy Arozarena. Gausman looks in and delivers a 3-0 pitch to Arozarena right down the middle, strike one. Three-one delivery. Arozarena fouls it off, and that will fill the count. 3-2. Gausman's payoff pitch to Randy Arozarena. Hit foul off his foot, stays alive. Good job battling back here. This at bat by Gausman. His first 3 pitches missed the strike zone by a pretty wide margin, but he's battled back nicely. And now the 7th pitch of the at bat coming up. Another 3-2 payoff pitch to Arozarena. Up the middle, but playing that way is the second baseman, and the throw to first in time. And that's how this game begins. Clement was playing towards center field, so he fielded that ball pretty handily, and there's one down, and it'll bring up Mr. Raleigh, Cal Raleigh. As we all know what he did in the regular season, .247 hitter, 60 home runs. Drove in 125. Hit 381 in the division series against the Tigers. And the pitch to him. This lined into right field. That's going to be a base hit. So Cal Raleigh starts off the ALCS with a base hit to right field and a one-out single here in the top of the first. And the batter will be Julio Rodriguez. Rodriguez this year hit 267, 32 home runs. He drove in 95. If it wasn't for Cal Raleigh, he would have led the Mariners in home runs. Rodriguez in the division series hit 174, 4 for 23. Takes a strike. Did have a home run in that division series against the Tigers. 0-1 pitch is foul back, and it's quickly 0-2 the count on Rodriguez. Strike 2 pitch on the way to Rodriguez is foul back again, stays alive. Another 0-2 pitch from Gausman to Rodriguez. Rodriguez into right center field for a base hit. Raleigh rounding second, heading for third, and the Mariners have him on the corners with one out here in the first. Looking to get an early jump in this game number 1. And Jorge Polanco will step up with runners at the corners. Polanco hitting 265 on the year, 26 home runs, 78 RBIs in the regular season. Polanco 4 for 22 in the division series against the Tigers, but 2 of the 4 hits were home runs. So Gausman in a first inning jam here for Toronto. And Gausman's pitch to Polanco is hit to third. The throw home, and they get Raleigh there. Raleigh was going on contact. And he is thrown out at home plate. So it's now first and second with 2 outs for the Mariners here in the first. That's the risk you take when you run on contact. That ball was hit right to the third baseman on one hop, and Raleigh was out by a country mile at first base. So here's Naylor. Nice job of blocking the plate, too, by the catcher. So Naylor steps up with runners at first and second and 2 outs, takes ball 1. Naylor in the division series hit 261. One-0 pitch misses inside. It's 2-0. Actually, they just showed the replay on that ground out for Cal Raleigh. That was actually a closer play at the plate than I thought it was. He was still out, but 2-0 pitch in the air to center field. Coming on and making the catch in center field is Varsho, and that ends the top of the first for the Mariners. They strand 2 in the inning, picking up 2 hits. We head to the bottom of the first. Mariners nothing. Blue Jays coming up for the first time in the ALCS. And again, getting the game 1 start On the mound for the Mariners tonight is Bryce Miller. Miller this year in 18 starts, 4-6 record, 5.68 ERA, a little bit inflated on the ERA. Walked 34, struck out 74 in 90 and a third innings. He did start one game in the division series against the Tigers, got a no decision. Pitched 4 and a third innings, gave up 2 hits, 4 runs. He struck out a couple hitters in that game. And here is the Blue Jays batting order. Miller will be facing Springer. The DH will lead off. Lucas in right field will bat second. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. batting third, playing first base. Barger, the third baseman, is the cleanup hitter. Alejandro Kirk, the catcher, will bat fifth. Dalton Varsho in center field will be the number 6 hitter. Clement, playing second base, will bat seventh. Anthony Santander in left field will bat 8th, and Jimenez, the shortstop, will bat 9th, and round out the Blue Jays batting order. We will see George Springer lead off for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the first. Game 2 of this series will be late afternoon tomorrow, just after 5 o'clock Eastern Time. Then game 1 of the NLDS will be tomorrow night, just after 8 o'clock Eastern, Dodgers and the Brewers. So that is the schedule for tomorrow in the LCS round. So Miller finishing his warm-up tosses. George Springer will lead it off for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the first. Springer in the regular season, a .309 hitter, 32 home runs. He drove in 84. In the division series against the Tigers, he was 3 for 17. So Miller against Springer here in the bottom of the first. And Springer sends it deep to right field on the first pitch. Springer sends it out to right on the first pitch he sees from Bryce Miller. It's 1-0 Jays in the bottom of the first. So talk about starting quickly. 385 feet to right field on the first pitch of the bottom of the first. Wow. Batter will be Lucas. My goodness. Lucas takes a strike. Lucas in the regular season hit .255. 12 home runs, 65 runs batted in. The division series against the Tigers, Lucas went 4 for 12. Drove in 5 runs in that series. 0-1 pitch misses high, a ball and a strike. One pitch to Lucas, swing and a miss. 1-2. One-two pitch, fouled away. Count stays 1-2 on Lucas. Miller looks back in on Lucas and delivers the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, 2-2. Mariners could use a pretty long run by Miller tonight. Their pitching staff already a little depleted, having to go 15 innings on Friday against the Tigers. Lucas fouls this away to keep the count 2-2. Another 2-2 pitch. That is fouled away. Good battle here by Lucas. Be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Another 2-2. And another foul ball. What a battle here. Miller cannot get the closeout pitch by Lucas. Lucas steps back in again. And another 2-2 pitch from Bryce Miller. That's in the dirt. Count goes full, 3-2. Guerrero on deck. Payoff pitch from Miller. That's foul, and that may have got Lucas in the box. Yeah, Lucas hit that right off his foot. Count stays 3-2 on Lucas, but he's going to need a minute to walk that one off. Lucas still trying to walk this off, hitting the foul ball off his right foot there. Now the trainer out to look at Lucas. Actually, didn't hit his foot. My apologies. It hit right over his right knee, and then actually may have caromed off the foot. But not any padding there. Lucas trying to walk it off here. See if he's going to stay in this game. Yeah, that's painful. Lucas going to try to stay in here, it looks like. Nope. Well, yep. Training staff coming off, so Lucas going to battle here. He's already seen 10 pitches in this at bat. Well, he's hurting. He's a battler. Lucas steps back in. And another 3-2 payoff pitch from Bryce Miller. Fouled again. My goodness, what an at-bat. No matter what happens in this at-bat. Pitch number 12 of the at-bat coming up. And here it is. Ball 4. What a battle. And Lucas wins it with a walk. And here comes Guerrero. Guerrero this year hit .292, 23 home runs, 84 runs batted in. But in the division series, he hit .529 with 3 home runs and 9 driven in. Pitch to Guerrero's outside, ball 1. One 0 to Vladimir Guerrero. At the knees, strike 1. Ball and a strike. Springer already a leadoff home run here in the bottom of the first on the first pitch he saw. 1-1 pitch. Guerrero sends it into center. That's going to be playable, though, out there. And the catch made in center field by Rodriguez for the first out. We'll bring up the cleanup hitter for the Blue Jays, Addison Barger. Barger this season hit .243, 21 home runs, 74 runs batted in. Went 4 for 12 in the division series against the Yankees. Miller looks in and delivers to Barger in the dirt, ball 1. One 0 pitch to Barger. Outside, 2-0. Miller looks in, and the 2-0 pitch to Barger. Upstairs, it's 3-0. Miller's 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, and it's a strike, 3-1. Three-one pitch from Bryce Miller to Addison Barger. Outside, ball 4. Second walk of the inning allowed by Bryce Miller, and it will bring up Alejandro Kirk. Kirk this regular season hit .282, 15 home runs. He drove in 76. In the division series, Kirk went .222, 4 for 18, but he had 2 home runs. Blue Jays in that division series against the Yankees hit 9 home runs. Kirk steps up with 2 on and 1 out here in the Blue Jays first, already with a run in on the Springer leadoff home run. Cal Raleigh went out to the mound to have a word with his pitcher. So Kirk the batter. And the pitch from Miller. In the dirt, ball 1. Nice stop back there by Raleigh. Miller's 1-0 pitch to Alejandro Kirk. Foul back. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One. Upstairs, it's 2-1. Miller steps off before the 2-1 pitch. Now we're ready, and the 2-1. Hit foul. That'll even the count 2-2. Lucas, the runner at second for the Blue Jays. Barger, the runner at first. And the 2-2 pitch to Alejandro Kirk. In the air, shallow center field. And the second baseman, Polanco, makes the call on the catch for out number 2. And that will bring up Dalton Varsho. This season, Varsho was a .238 hitter, 20 home runs, drove in 55. Division series against the Yankees, he went 7 for 16. He had a couple home runs. The pitch to him. It's in the air to center. And with a play out there is Rodriguez for out number 3. But the Blue Jays get a run on the leadoff home run in the bottom of the first from George Springer. They do strand 2 as they also got 2 walks. On to the second. Game 1 in Toronto. Blue Jays lead 1-0. So as mentioned, Game 2 will start just after 5 o'clock Eastern Time tomorrow. Work schedule pending. If I'm home in time, I will be on a live stream for Game 2 of this series tomorrow. Mariners have not decided a starting pitcher for tomorrow. We do know the Blue Jays are going to send Trey Savage to the mound in Game 2 tomorrow as the starting pitcher. And then Game 1 tomorrow night in the NLCS in Milwaukee, Dodgers and Brewers. I will for sure be on the live stream for that one. Tomorrow, pitching matchup for Game 1, Blake Snell gets the start for the Dodgers tomorrow. Brewers have yet to announce a starter for Game 1 tomorrow. So Mariners, Blue Jays just after 5 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. Dodgers, Brewers just after 8 o'clock Eastern. And then the remaining game times for the rest of the series, we'll run those down as we go. I'll go on here. Switching sports here, NFL from today. Let's run down that NFL scoreboard from today before we get to the second inning. Out in London, Broncos dropped the Jets to 0-6. Broncos won that game 13-11. Steelers victorious over the Browns today, 23-9. Steelers moved to 4-1. Chargers get a 29-27 win in Miami, dropping the Dolphins to 1-5. Patriots win in New Orleans, 25-19 over the Saints. That moves the Patriots to 4-2. The Ravens' woes continue. They're held to 3 points today. Matthew Stafford and the Rams go into Baltimore and win 17-3. Colts move to 5-1 in a back-and-forth game. They defeated the Cardinals 31-27. Seahawks win in Jacksonville 20-12. Both those teams are now 4-2. Cowboys lose to the Panthers 30-27. Panthers improved to 500. Raiders over the Titans 20-10 for their second win of the year. Tampa Bay moves to 5-1. They defeated the 49ers 30-19, and the Packers beat the Bengals 27-18. And going on right now on Sunday Night Football, Lions and Chiefs. That game scoreless, but the Lions are driving. 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Here we head to the top of the second inning. It's going to be Eugenio Suarez leading it off in the second for the Mariners. And he fouls the first pitch back for strike one. Suarez in the division series hit just 2 for 21. One of the two hits was a home run. Swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2. The count on Suarez. Oh-2 pitch, lined into left field, but playable out there, and the catch made by Santander for out number one. And it will bring up the Mariners DH, Dominic Canzone. Hit 300 in the regular season, 11 home runs, 32 runs batted in. 1 for 6 in the division series, only had 6 at-bats. Swing and a miss, strike one. A 1 pitch, showing bunt and taking low. Counts even 1-1. One pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2. One-two pitch, down low. Check swing over to third, no swing. 2-2 now the count. Two-two pitch. Just missed. And the count goes full. Not sure where that missed. Full count pitch. At the knee, strike three. Canzone, a strikeout looking. 2 down in the inning, and it'll bring up Victor Robles. Robles this year, a .245 hitter. Only played in 32 games in the regular season. Robles 2 for 14 in the division series. Takes ball one here. Comes the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-1. One pitch to Robles. Bounce foul. Ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 on Victor Robles. And here's the pitch. Called strike three. Back-to-back called third strikes. Ends the top of the second for the Mariners. They go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the second. Game 1 in Toronto. Blue Jays lead it 1-0. It will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Blue Jays, Clement, Santander, and Jimenez in the bottom of the second inning. Also, other sports news today. Over in college football, we had Penn State relieving head coach James Franklin of his duties. 3-3 start this year. Lost 3 in a row. And also today, UAB parts ways with their head coach Trent Dilfer. So Penn State and UAB joining a list of a lot of teams. Arkansas looking for head football coaches in college. And the new AP poll came out in college football today. And Indiana, with their win at Oregon yesterday, jumps from 7-3 this week. So your top 5, Ohio State remained at 1. Miami remained at 2. Miami was off this week. Indiana moved up to 3. Texas A&M moved up 1 spot to 4. Ole Miss, close call against Washington State, and that did drop them a spot from 4 to 5. Let me go ahead and give you the rest of the top 10. Alabama jumps 2 spots to number 6. Also jumping 2 spots, Texas Tech to number 7. Oregon dropped to number 8. So they dropped 5 spots with that loss to Indiana. Georgia moves up 1 to 9, and LSU moves up a spot to number 10. That is the top 10, the new AP top 10 in college football this week. Back to this one. It is a 1-0 lead for the Blue Jays as we head to the bottom of the second inning, and it's going to be Clement, Blue Jays second baseman, leading off here in the bottom of the second. Clement this year a .277 hitter, 9 home runs. He drove in 50. In the division series, Clement went 9 for 14, a .643 average. Had a home run in that series. He drove in 5. As he will lead it off for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the second inning. Bryce Miller back to the mound. He had a 27-pitch first inning and starts Clement off here with a strike in the bottom of the second. Strike 1 pitch from Miller to Clement. That jammed him and he fouled it back. Raleigh right there, and that's out number 1. And it will bring up Anthony Santander. The division series against the Yankees, Santander 2 for 10. And the pitch to him. That's lined into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Santander. And then we have a bobble out there in right field by Robles. And that'll allow Santander to move to second. So that's going to be a single and an error. Fielding error on Robles. So runner at second with 1 out will bring up Jimenez. Number 9 hitter for the Blue Jays. Jimenez this year a .210 hitter, 7 home runs. drove in 35. Went 4 for 15 in the division series. Miller's pitch to Jimenez. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. In the air, shallow right field. And the catch made by the second baseman Polanco for out number 2. And we're back to the top of the order in Springer, who hit a first pitch home run in the bottom of the first for the Blue Jays run. Tenth home run of the postseason for the Blue Jays with that Springer home run. He takes a strike. 0-1. Strike one pitch. On the ground too short. The long throw across in time to retire Springer and retire the Blue Jays in the second inning. They leave a runner. We head to the third. 1-0 lead for Toronto. J.P. Crawford will lead it off for the Mariners here in the top of the third inning. So it will be J.P. Crawford, leadoff hitter for the Mariners here in the third inning, number 9 hitter. Crawford in the regular season, a .265 hitter, 12 home runs. He drove in 58. Crawford went 5 for 19 in the division series. It'll be Crawford and then the top of the order, Arozarena and Cal Raleigh for the Mariners here in the third inning. Leadoff home run in the bottom of the first for George Springer has us at our 1-0 score. Anybody following the NFL game? Lions lead 3-0 late in the first quarter. And right as I say that, Kansas City just got a touchdown. So it is now 6-3 Kansas City nearing the end of the first quarter on that Sunday night football game. Keep you updated on that. On we go here to the third. First pitch, top 3. Outside, ball 1. 1-0 pitch. On the ground, a second on one hop. Easy play. And the throw over to Guerrero for the first out here in the top of the third inning. And it will bring up Randy Arozarena. Arozarena takes a ball off the plate. One 0 is a strike. Counts even 1-1. Arozarena grounded out to lead off the game back in the first. One pitch. Hit foul, and the count's now 1-2 on Arozarena. One-two pitch to Arozarena. Popped up on the infield. Guerrero has it for out number 2. And the batter will be Cal Raleigh. Raleigh singled his first time up. Swing and a miss. 0-1. A 1 pitch down in the dirt. Counts even 1-1. One. Hit foul. 1-2. Gausman ready. And the 1-2 pitch to Cal Raleigh. Outside, 2-2. Raleigh ready. And the 2-2 pitch. Got him. Got him to chase a low one. Mariners retired in order for the second straight inning. We head to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Blue Jays in game 1. Be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Blue Jays. Lucas, Guerrero, and Barger in the bottom of the third inning. So the Mariners, they've seen Bryce Miller pitch 34 pitches through 2 innings. Again, this is a Mariners bullpen that's probably a little bit, I used the word depleted earlier. I don't know if I want to use the word depleted, but they're probably Little worn out having to go 15 innings in that clincher on Friday, and we're only, what, 43 hours after that? So this is a game the Mariners really need to have their starter, Bryce Miller, go as far as he can here. They probably would like to get him through at least 5 if they can. Because you're got to turn around and play again here, game 2, late tomorrow afternoon. So it's not a real big turnaround time between games 1 and 2. Lucas will lead it off here in the bottom of the second for the Blue Jays. He had that long at bat in the first inning and ended up drawing a walk. Hit a foul ball off of himself just above that right knee. They stayed in the ball game. So here we go. Lucas leading it off here in the bottom of the third. On a Sunday night in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Miller's first pitch to Lucas, bottom of the third. Swing and a foul ball for strike 1. Strike 1 pitch on the way from Miller to Lucas. That's off the plate outside. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. Lucas will be followed by Guerrero and Barger here in the Blue Jays' third inning. 1-1 pitch. In the air, left center field. And a running grab out there from the left fielder, Randy Arozarena, for the first out. And the batter will be Guerrero. Roof is closed tonight at the Rogers Center. Here's Guerrero taking strike 1 at the knees. Oh, 0-1-2 Guerrero bounced foul, and Guerrero quickly in an 0-2 hole. Miller's 0-2 pitch to Guerrero. Outside, 1-2. One-two pitch, Guerrero grounds it to short. Easy play there, and the throw over to first for out number 2. And that will bring up Addison Barger. He walked his first time up. So Miller has settled down quite nicely since that 27-pitch first inning. He's only thrown 14 pitches since. And the 15th pitch since then is a lazy ground ball to first base. And playing it himself and beating Barger to the bag is Naylor. And the Blue Jays retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the third. On to the fourth. ALCS Game 1. Blue Jays lead it 1-0. It's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Seattle. Rodriguez, Polanco, and Naylor here in the top of the fourth inning. While we have at the inning break, I'm going to update you on my live stream schedule here on my page. We'll be with you for sure for game one of the NLCS tomorrow night between the Dodgers and the Brewers. Depending on what time I get off from work tomorrow, if I'm home in time, I will also be on earlier for the live stream of game 2 of this series. That's up in the air. But for sure, we'll be with you tomorrow for game 1 of the Dodgers-Brewers NLCS. And also, we'll be on the live stream for game 2 of the Dodgers-Brewers on Tuesday night. So a lot of my live stream is going to be busy this week with a lot of baseball playoff action. Be with you almost every night on the live stream. Will not be on Friday night. I have a prior commitment Friday night, but we'll be with you probably every other night for baseball live streams. We are down to the final 4 in baseball. We will find out who will advance to the World Series following these 2 series here. World Series gets underway next Friday, October the 24th, will be game 1 of the World Series. So on we go, top of the 4th inning. In Toronto, Rodriguez will lead off. He's got one of the 2 Mariner hits, a single back in the first. We do have a change, a defensive change for the Blue Jays, which we'll tell you about after this pitch. And it's a foul ball to Rodriguez for strike 1. Miles Straw is coming in the game in right field in replace of Lucas, and this is probably because of that foul ball that Lucas hit off himself back in the first inning. Trainers came out and looked at him. He stayed in the game for a while, but is now out of the game, and without a doubt, it's probably because of that foul ball off his leg. Rodriguez in an 0-2 hole here as he fouled off pitch number 2. And the 0-2 is strike 3. It was outside, but Rodriguez couldn't hold up. And that strikeout for Gausman is number 4. And it will bring up Polanco. Excuse me. Polanco 0 for 1 tonight so far. First pitch to Polanco outside, ball 1. Polanco hit into a fielder's choice in his first at bat. 1-0 pitch. Down low. It's 2-0 now on Jorge Polanco. Two-zero pitch. Polanco hits it foul, first base side. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Nice pickup there at first by Guerrero, and will beat Polanco to the bag for out number 2. That was a rocket hit on one hop, but Guerrero did a nice job to field that ball. Guerrero doesn't reach out and field that ball. That's an easy double for Polanco. And it'll bring up Naylor. Felsman's pitch to Naylor. Little off the plate, ball 1. Naylor a line out back to end the top of the first inning. One-zero pitch downstairs. 2-0 the count on Naylor. Back in his neck of the woods, was born in Mississauga, Ontario. So a bit of a homecoming for him. Time called before the 2-0 pitch. Pitched on the 2-0 is a fouled off. 2-1. A lot of Naylor fans in the stands. Two-one pitch. Naylor sends it in the air to center. That's hit pretty well on the warning track. Catch is made in center field by Varsho. Naylor gave it a ride, but to the wrong part of the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the 4th in Toronto. Still the Blue Jays leading 1-0. 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Blue Jays. Kirk, Varsho, and Clement due up in the bottom of the 4th. Update you on that Sunday night NFL game. Lions have regained the lead in Kansas City. Lions lead 10-6. About 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. Chiefs lose this game tonight. They fall to 2-4. Haven't done an NFL live stream in a couple weeks. Normally I do the Sunday night and Monday night games, but with baseball playoffs going on right now, I've put precedence on them. If there is there would be a game 6 in the ALCS if it goes that far next Sunday night. If it does not go next Sunday night, I will have another Sunday night football live stream for you next week. Falcons and 49ers be the matchup next Sunday night. So on my live stream next Sunday night, if there's no baseball, I will be on with that Sunday night football game next week. Here, onward we go to bottom of the fourth. Alejandro Kirk will lead it off. Kirk 0 for 1 in this one. So Bryce Miller back to work after a 27-pitch first inning. He has only thrown 15 pitches total the last two. So he's really settled in after that sluggish first inning. So Miller back to work here against Kirk. First pitch, bottom of the fourth. He is on the inside corner for strike one. Again, the Mariners looking to reach the World Series for the first time in franchise history. Blue Jays will look to make it back for the first time in 32 years. 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. 1-1 pitch. That's down low. 2-1 now the count. Two-one pitch. In the air to left. Medium length left field. Arozarena there for the catch and out number one. And it will bring up Dalton Varsho. Varsho takes strike one. Varsho lined out his first time up back in the first inning. 0-1 pitch to Varsho is popped up. Foul territory. Raleigh looks but has no play. It's 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Varsho went after a high one, and there's two down. And it will bring up Clement. Clement 0 for 1. Clement lines this one into center field and caught out there, and another 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Miller. On we go to the fifth in game one. Blue Jays still lead it 1-0. Be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Mariners. Suarez, Canzone, and Robles in the top of the fifth inning. The solo home run in the bottom of the first for George Springer has so far held up to this point. Both teams with 2 hits. Mariners do have an error. It did not hurt them. As we go to the 5th, this game moving right along here. We're barely an hour old, and we're already heading to the top of the 5th inning. Eugenio Suarez will be the leadoff batter here in the top of the 5th. Suarez 0 for 1 so far. "51 pitches through 4 innings for Gausman. And he goes back to work here in the 5th. So here we go. First pitch, top 5. Gausman to Eugenio Suarez. Strike 1. Gausman's 0-1 pitch. That's lifted foul into foul territory. Guerrero is there for the catch for out number 1. And the batter will be Canzone. Strikeout victim his first time up. Canzone's first pitch in the air to center. Varsho under it, and 2 outs here in the Mariners' 5th inning on 3 pitches. And Victor Robles will be the batter. Robles, a strikeout victim his first time. And Gausman's pitch to Robles. That's lined into right field, and the catch made on the warning track in right field by Straw, and a 4-pitch top of the 5th inning for Gausman. We are halfway through this one in game 1. Blue Jays lead the Mariners 1-0. It's going to be Santander, Jimenez, and the top of the order Springer due up for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Sorry for the laughing here. They're playing these Progressive commercials are awesome. Update on that Sunday night NFL game. It is still 10-6 Lions over the Chiefs. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Once again, 2 Monday night games tomorrow night. Bills and the Falcons in Atlanta. Bills coming off their first loss of the season last week. And the Bears in Washington tomorrow night. Bills Falcons at 7:15. And Chicago and Washington an hour later at 8:15. Of course, the Chicago-Washington game a year ago had that Hail Mary answered at the end of the game by Washington. So Chicago going in looking for a little bit of revenge tomorrow. The plays of the year in the NFL last year. A single by Cal Raleigh and a single by Rodriguez. That's the only two hits for the Mariners in this game. Home run by Springer and a single by Santander. The only two hits the Blue Jays have been able to muster. And Santander will be the leadoff batter here at the bottom of the fifth for the Blue Jays. Here we go. Santander against Miller here to lead off the bottom of the fifth. First pitch. Strike one on the inside corner. Santander's swing and a miss on the 0-1 pitch from Miller. It's now 0-2. Swing and a miss. A 3-pitch strikeout for Miller to lead off the bottom of the fifth. And the batter will be Jimenez. Jimenez 0 for 1 on the night. Pitch to him. Fouled away. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch from Bryce Miller. One hop to second. Easy play there. 2 out. Back to the top of the order in Springer. Springer 1 for 2, a leadoff home run in the bottom of the first. That so far is the only run of this game. Miller's pitch to Springer. Fouled back. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch from Miller to Springer. Inside. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. One check swing foul. Count goes to 1-2. 1-2 pitch downstairs. That will even the count 2-2. Two-two pitch on the way. Foul ball. That will keep the count 2-2. Two-two pitch, swing and a miss. Strike three. Springer goes down, and another 1-2-3 inning. Nice little pitcher's duel here in game one. We head to the sixth in Toronto. Still 1-0. Blue Jays over the Mariners. J.P. Crawford, and then the top of the order, Arozarena and Cal Raleigh here in the sixth for the Mariners. So Gausman has retired the last 14 in a row. Raleigh and Rodriguez had back-to-back singles in the first inning, but Gausman has retired every hitter since that point. He's only at 55 pitches through 5 innings. He only threw 4 there in the fifth. Once again, game 2 of this series will be late tomorrow afternoon, just after 5 o'clock Eastern time start. Trey Yesavage gets the game 2 start for the Blue Jays tomorrow. Mariners have not announced a game 2 starter yet. They're getting just what they need out of their starting pitcher, Bryce Miller, in this game, with the bullpen heavily used in Friday night's closeout game. They needed their starter, Bryce Miller, to get a good start in, and he's given them 5 innings so far. So on we go. Top of the sixth, J.P. Crawford leading off. Gausman looking for his second win of the postseason. He got the win in game 1 in the division series against the Yankees. So here's J.P. Crawford leading it off here in the top of the sixth for the Mariners. He is 0 for 1. First pitch, top 6. Ball 1. Crawford grounded out in the third inning. 1-0 pitch. That's low. It's 2-0. Do have bullpen action for the Blue Jays. The 2-0 pitch to Crawford is off the plate. It's 3-0. Lewis Varland warming up in the Blue Jays bullpen. 3-0 pitch to Crawford right down the middle, taking all the way. It's 3-1 now. Next pitch will be number 60 for Gausman. And here is the 3-1. Swing and a miss by J.P. Crawford, and that fills the count. 3-2. Full count pitch. On the ground to second. A bobble by Clement, but recoups in time to retire Crawford at first base. 1 out. We'll bring up Randy Arozarena. Hitless in 2 at-bats tonight. Strike 1 to Arozarena. A ground out and a pop out in his 2 prior plate appearances. A 1 is a little outside. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. One pitch. On the inside corner, strike 2. 1-2, the count to Randy Arozarena. One-two pitch, low and outside. It's 2-2. Two. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Arozarena goes down swinging. Strikeout number 5 for Gausman, and it will bring up Cal Raleigh with the bases empty and 2 outs. Raleigh is singled 1 out of 2 and takes low and inside, ball 1. Gausman's 1-0 pitch to Cal Raleigh. Downstairs, it's 2-0. The Blue Jays 6th, it's going to be Straw, Guerrero, and Barger, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. 2 O's on the inside corner, strike 1. Two-one pitch to Raleigh. That's hit foul, and that will even the count 2-2. And the Blue Jay fans will rise at Rogers Center. Trying to get this final out of the 6th. Two-two pitch on the way from Gausman to Cal Raleigh. In the air to right and deep, and Raleigh has gone deep to tie this game. Cal Raleigh sends one deep to right, and it's 1-1 in the 6th. That ends the string of 16 consecutive batters retired by Gausman And boy, does it ever. A 420-footer to right field for Cal Raleigh. That was one of those what you call no doubters. Ooh, Gossman knows he left that one over way too much of the plate. Brand new ball game now, 1-1 as Rodriguez swings and misses for strike one. Oh, 1 pitch is inside. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. Rodriguez 1 for 2. He singled back in the first. One. Downstairs, 2-1. Two-one pitch from Gossman to Rodriguez. That's high. 3-1. Three-one pitch. That's ball 4 inside, and Rodriguez draws a 2-out walk. It'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Jorge Polanco. Hitless in 2 at-bats tonight. So Gausman was cruising right along. But has hit a speed bump here in the 6th inning with 2 outs. And John Schneider coming out to the mound. That may be it for Gausman. And it will be. So Gausman exits after 5 2/3. Gives up the game-tying home run to Cal Raleigh here in the 6th. And has put the go-ahead run on first base with Rodriguez. 1-1 here in the 6th. And it's going to be Brendan Little coming in to pitch for Toronto. Brendan Little this year in 79 appearances in the regular season, 4-2 record, 3.03 ERA, walked 45, struck out 91, 68 1/3 innings. That's a little high on the walks. Appeared in 3 games in the division series. Pitched 2 2/3 innings, gave up a run and 3 hits. Walked 2 and struck out 1 in his division series appearances. He inherits 2 out and the go-ahead run in the man of Julio Rodriguez on first base. And the cleanup hitter, Jorge Polanco, the batter. Cal Raleigh, the game-tying home run here in the top of the 6th. A 1-1 game now. Update on that Sunday night NFL game. The Chiefs have retaken the lead over the Lions. It's 13-10. About 20 seconds remaining in the first half. So Little comes in to try to get the final out here in the top of the sixth and keep this game tied. Gausman cannot win this game now. He can lose it if this runner at first base scores. First pitch, strike one. Oh, 1 pitch from Little to Polanco. Inside, 1-1. If Polanco gets on, Naylor is on deck. Little looks Rodriguez back to first base. One pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Crowd comes to their feet once again. I urge Little to get this final out of the sixth and keep this game tied. That gets away from the catcher and up to second base will go Rodriguez. Takes a turn, but will hold at second. So that'll be a wild pitch, as Kirk couldn't handle it. And now the go-ahead run for the Mariners is in scoring position. Two-two pitch to Polanco. That's in the dirt again. And this time, Kirk able to keep it from going to the backstop. And the count is full, 3-2. I have no idea how Kirk was able to save that from going to the backstop, but somehow he did. A full count on Polanco. Rodriguez, the go-ahead run at second base. 3-2 pitch. Foul ball. Polanco stays alive. Just got a piece of that one. Another full count pitch on the way to Polanco. Here it is. Lined into left, that's a base hit. Rodriguez rounding third, and the Mariners have taken the lead here in the top of the sixth inning. RBI single for Polanco. Drives in Rodriguez. It's 2-1 Seattle. Big clutch hit with 2 outs for Polanco. All this damage for the Mariners here in the sixth has come with 2 outs. And now Gausman stands to lose this game, as that second run is charged to him. And Naylor will be the batter. Swing and a miss, strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Two runs here in the top of the sixth for the Mariners. Three consecutive batters have reached with 2 outs. And now Bryce Miller can get the win in this game. Little's 0-2 pitch to Naylor. That's down in the dirt again. Again, a good stop back there by Kirk. 1-2. Little looks in on Naylor. Short lead by Polanco at first, and the throw over anyway. Little looks in on Naylor and delivers the 1-2. And swing and a miss, strike 3. And that will end the inning. But the Mariners take the lead with 2 runs. A 2-out game-tying home run from Cal Raleigh and a go-ahead RBI single by Jorge Polanco has given the Mariners a 2-1 lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Straw, Guerrero, and Barger due up in the bottom of the 6th for the Blue Jays, now trailing in this game 2-1. So on we go to the bottom of inning number 6. Miles Straw will get his first at bat of the game. He came in as a defensive replacement for Lucas. Miles Straw on the year hit .262, 4 home runs, 32 runs batted in. Straw in the division series went 2 for 5. Guerrero will be on deck. Miller back out there here in the bottom of the 6th. He's only thrown 62 pitches. Excuse me. Yeah. And now he stands to win this game. As long as he doesn't give up the lead. Him or the bullpen. First pitch outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch to Miles Straw. In the air, right center field. Who wants it? It's the center fielder Rodriguez making the catch for the first out. And it will bring up Vladimir Guerrero. 0 for 2 tonight. Mariners bullpen busy now. Gabe Spire and Edward Bizardo both loosening for the Mariners. So this may be Miller's last inning. Guerrero takes strike 1. A line out and a ground out tonight for Guerrero. A 1 is outside and low. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. One pitch to Guerrero. Swing and a miss. 1 and 2. Eek. Miller's 1-2 pitch to Guerrero. Here it is. Bouncer to second. Play over to first base, a stretch, but the stretch is made for out number 2. And it'll bring up Addison Barger with 2 out and nobody on. Barger's 0 for 1. He has reached on a walk. Pitch misses inside for ball 1. Miller looks in on Barger and delivers the 1-0 pitch. Here it is. That's inside. It's 2-0 now. Two-zero pitch. Now 3-0 if that misses high. Bryce Miller about to deliver his 71st pitch of the night. And it's ball 4. Tying run is on. Barger walks for the second time. And the batter will be Alejandro Kirk. Hitless in 2 at-bats tonight. And before the at-bat for Kirk, a visit from pitching coach Pete Woodworth. They want to get Miller through 6, it looks like. Tying run at first for the Blue Jays. 2 outs. Alejandro Kirk stands at the plate. And the pitch to him from Miller. Strike 1. Kirk has flown out twice in his 2 prior at-bats. 0-1 pitch. Low. 1-1. One pitch. Swing and a miss by Kirk. It's 1-2. One-two pitch. Foul back. Count stays 1-2. Barger was off on the pitch as well. Another 1-2 pitch to Kirk from Miller. Not going at first this time, and Kirk sends it in the air to left. Rosarena under it, and Bryce Miller goes 6 for the Mariners. As the Blue Jays strand 1, we head to the 7th. 2-1 Seattle. Eugenio Suarez, Canzone, and Victor Robles, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters, due up for the Mariners in the top of the 7th inning. By the way, Gausman's final numbers for the Blue Jays: 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. He threw 76 pitches, and Little's game is done after just a third of an inning as Varland's coming in to pitch. So Little goes a third of an inning, gives up 1 hit, and strikes out 1. He threw 11 pitches. But it's Varland that will be the new pitcher. Varland was acquired by Toronto from Minnesota before the trade deadline this year. Varland appeared in all 4 games of the division series. He started one of them. Got the loss in game 3. He pitched 4 innings total, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs, and he had 5 strikeouts. 2 runs he gave up were both on home runs. But into the late innings we go, into the 7th. Eugenio Suarez will lead it off. Oh for 2. And looking at the reaction, Bryce Miller's getting in the dugout. It appears his night is done. So Varland's first pitch, top of the 7th, swing and a miss, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch fouled back, and Suarez quickly in an 0-2 hole. Oh 2 pitch upstairs, ball 1. Oh 2 pitch down low, or 1-2 rather. It's now 2-2. Two. That's down low, and that will fill the count 3-2. Payoff pitch, foul back. Count stays 3-2. Another 3-2 payoff. And another foul ball. Good battle here for Suarez. Another 3-2 payoff pitch. That's in the air to center. Hit pretty well back to the wall, and it's off the top of the wall. Suarez in at second with a stand-up double to lead off the top of the 7th inning. Just, and I mean just, missed a home run. He missed a home run by even maybe 4 or 5 feet as it hit high off that wall in right center. And the pitch to Canzone's down low for ball 1. Zone's 0 for 2. One 0, check swing, no swing. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Bounce to second. That'll advance the runner. Throw to first is in time. Canzone does his job by advancing Suarez to third, and the batter's Victor Robles. Robles trying to drive in a big insurance run for the Mariners. Runner at third, 1 out. And the pitch to him. Blowing outside. Ball 1. Looking ahead to the Blue Jays half of the 7th inning, it's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Varsho, Clement, and Santander. 1-0 pitch hit foul left side, a ball and a strike on Robles. Varland looks in and delivers the 1-1 to Robles. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Varland could use a strikeout right here. 1-2 pitch, and he got it. He got Robles to chase a low one. 2 down. And the batter is J.P. Crawford. Runner at third now with 2 outs. Pitch to Crawford's outside, ball 1. Top of the order, Randy Arozarena is on deck. 1-0 is outside, 2-0. Big insurance run, Suarez standing there at third base with 2 outs. 2-0, that misses outside, it's 3-0. Taking all the way, and that's right down the middle for strike 1. Three-one pitch, outside corner. And Crawford was ready to go down to first base. He did not like that call. It did look outside. Three-two payoff pitch. Hit to second. Clement over to first. And Varland escapes the leadoff double. Runner stranded at third. It is stretch time in Toronto. Still 2-1 Mariners. And again, it's going to be Varsho, Clement, and Santander. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Blue Jays in the bottom of the 7th inning. By keeping track of the NFL game, the Chiefs have added a touchdown. Chiefs now lead the Lions 20-10. 8:13 to go in the third quarter. Miller's night is done on the mound. And it is going to be Gabe Spire coming in. Spire in 76 appearances this year, 4-3 record, 2.61 ERA, 11 walks, 82 strikeouts in 62 innings. He was mainly the setup man this year for the Mariners. Spire in the postseason is 0-1. pitched 4 innings. He's given up 2 home runs in 4 innings. 3 runs and 4 hits. Walked 1 and struck out 4. So he will come on looking to hold this game where it is. A 2-1 Mariner lead. Varsho leading it off. 0 for 2 tonight is Varsho. Blue Jays trail by 1. They've been out hit by the Mariners 5-2. So it's going to be a bullpen game the rest of the way for both these teams. Miller gave the Mariners 6 strong innings on the mound tonight. Just 2 hits allowed. 1 run, it was earned. It was the Springer home run in the bottom of the first. 3 walks and 3 strikeouts for Miller. He threw 76 pitches, but he allowed, after that Springer home run, 3 walks and 1 single is all the Blue Jays got after that. So here's Spire, and the first pitch to Varsho is pop foul for strike 1. Strike 1 pitch to Varsho. Foul back again, and it's an 0-2 count. Line out and a strikeout in Varsho's 2 at-bats tonight. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. One, 2. Down low, 2-2. Two. That's lined into center field, barely having to move out there in center field for the catch is Rodriguez for out number 1. Batter will be Clement. Clement 0 for 2 tonight. And he goes after the first pitch and sends it in the air to right. Robles out there, 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. And the batter will be Anthony Santander. He has one of the 2 Blue Jays hits tonight. A single, and he's also struck out. Sir Anthony Dominguez is starting to loosen in the Blue Jays bullpen. Here's the pitch to Santander, right down the middle, strike 1. Oh, 1. Lined into left field, and a diving catch out there in left field by Arozarena. 3 up, 3 down, go the Blue Jays in the 7th. On we go to the 8th in Toronto, still 2-1 Seattle. It's going to be the top of the order for the Mariners. Arozarena, Raleigh, and Rodriguez in the top of the 8th inning. So I know there's a lot of people. I know I'm in the minority here. Because I know everybody loves offense. Everybody loves offense, but I'm sorry. Every once in a while, I like offense too. But every once in a while, it's nice to see one of these pitchers' duels. But it's going to be up to the bullpens the rest of the way, and Seranthony Dominguez is coming in to pitch for the Blue Jays. Fourth pitcher of the night for Toronto. Dominguez in the regular season pitched in 24 games for Toronto since coming over from Baltimore. In the series against the Yankees, Dominguez got a win in that series. 3 appearances, pitched 3 1/3 innings, had 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. Mariners looking for some insurance to add to their 2-1 lead. Randy Arozarena will be the leadoff hitter. Hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. So here we go. Top of the 8th inning. And ball 1 to Arozarena. One-0 pitch. That's inside and high. 2-0. Two-0 pitch. There's a strike at the knees to Arozarena. 2-1 now. Two one upstairs. 3-1 now to Arozarena. Three one outside. There's a leadoff walk here in the 8th to Randy Arozarena. And here comes Cal Raleigh. He started the 6th inning rally for the Mariners. Hit a game-tying solo home run with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And it was an absolute no-doubter. Strike 1. Oh, 1 is hit foul. Raleigh now in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 pitch to Cal Raleigh. A throw to first instead. Arozarena back. Arozarena did have 31 stolen bases this year in the regular season. Pitch to Raleigh, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Couldn't hold up. One down in the 8th. And the batter will be Julio Rodriguez. That'll get away from Kirk, and advancing on to second to Arozarena. He was off on the pitch anyway. So Arozarena, an insurance run for the Mariners, now gets himself into scoring position. (1-0), and the look back to Arozarena. (1-0) pitch. Outside, and Arozarena just stole third. He got a heck of a jump. And Arozarena gets himself to third base with 1 out. He got one heck of a jump. And there was no chance to throw him out at third. It didn't even get a throw down. 2-0 pitch is down low. It's 3-0 now on Julio Rodriguez. Polanco on deck. Polanco's RBI hit in the 6th is a difference in this game. That's what gave the Mariners this 2-1 lead. Swinging away on 3-0 and fouls it back. It's 3-1 now. (3-1) pitch outside, ball 4. It is first and third with 1 out. Mason Flaherty in the bullpen. And a visit from the pitching coach to Dominguez. Polanco will be the batter following this meeting on the mound. Arozarena, the runner at third. Rodriguez on at first. And Jorge Polanco, the batter. He gave the Mariners the lead in the 6th. Now he's trying to drive in an insurance run or two. Ball 1. Dominguez, 1-0 pitch to Polanco. Swing and a miss. Counts even, 1-1. (1-1) pitch. Runner at first does not go. That's down in the dirt. Another nice stop by Kirk. 2-1. That thing gets past Kirk at all with the Rosarena's speed. He's coming in. Two-one pitch on the ground and through into right field. A Rosarena scores and a big insurance run for the Mariners. Second RBI single of the night for Polanco. It's 3-1 Seattle. And the batter will be Naylor. So a big, big insurance run for the Mariners. And that also will chase Sir Anthony Dominguez out of the game. And Mason Flaherty coming in. Pitcher number 5 for the Blue Jays tonight. Flaherty's numbers in the regular season in 55 games, 5-2 record, 4.44 ERA, walked 24, struck out 56, 52 and 2/3 innings. Appeared in 3 games in the division series, pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, 1 hit, walked 1 and struck out 4. So Dominguez goes just a third of an inning. It's up 1 hit, 1 run so far. It was earned. He walked 2 and he struck out 1, and the 2 runners on base are his responsibility. Naylor will be the batter. First and second, 1 out for the Mariners. And Flaherty's first pitch is a strike. A 1 pitch, the turn, and the throw back to second. And diving back in is Rodriguez. A 1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Looking to the bottom of the 8th for the Blue Jays, it's going to be Jimenez, and then the top of the order, Springer and Straw. 9-1 and 2 hitters. 0-2 pitch to Josh Naylor. Outside, 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Swing and did he get a piece of that? He did not. It is strike 3. Naylor 0 for 4 tonight, and it will bring up Eugenio Suarez. 1 for 3. That's a strike. 0-1 to Suarez. Blue Jays trying to get this final out and keep this a 2-run spread. 0-1 misses. One pitch is inside. 2-1. Two one, another turn back to second. Luckily, Clement was covering the back side of the bag, or else that ball was going into center field. Pitch fouled away. Counts now 2-2. Crowd on their feet trying to get Flaherty this final out of the 8th and keep it a 2-run spread. Two pitch to Suarez. Bounce foul. We'll do it again. Two. Got him. Flaherty strikes out Suarez. No further damage than the 1 run. Mariners leave 2. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Game 1 in Toronto. Mariners lead it 3-1. It'll be Jimenez and then the top of the order, Springer and Straw in the bottom of the 8th for the Blue Jays. Facing a 2-run deficit. Spire's evening on the mound is done. And the Mariners are bringing in Matt Brash to pitch here in the 8th. Matt Brash's regular season numbers, 53 games. He appeared in 1-3 record, 2.47 ERA, 18 walks, 58 strikeouts in 47 1/3 innings. Pitched 4 2/3 innings in the division series, picked up a win, gave up 1 hit, 1 run, walked 2, and struck out 7 in his 4 appearances in the division series. Update on that Sunday night NFL game. In the fourth quarter, Chiefs lead the Lions 20-17. So that looks like it might be headed down to the wire there. 11.5 to go in the fourth quarter in that one. So it'll be Jimenez to lead it off in the bottom of the eighth against Brash. Brash was one of the setup men this year for the Mariners. Jimenez leads off. 0 for 2 tonight. And outside corner, strike one on the first pitch from Brash. Oh, 1 pitch is on the ground to first. On one hop, playing it himself is Naylor for the first out. And it will bring up George Springer. 1 for 3, leadoff home run in the bottom of the first. Strike one. Oh, 1 fouled away. Springer is now in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 swing and a miss. Got Springer to chase an outside pitch. 2 out in the 8th. And Miles Straw will be the batter. And no, he won't. They're going to bring on a pinch hitter here. Davis Schneider will be the pinch hitter for Toronto and takes ball 1. Regular season, Schneider a .234 hitter, 11 home runs. He drove in 31. Takes a strike here. It's 1-1. Went 2 for 6 in the division series. One in the air to right center field. And making the catch is Robles in a 1-2-3, bottom of the 8th. We head to the 9th in game 1. Mariners in front, 3-1. It's going to be the bottom third of the Mariners order. Canzone, Robles, and Crawford in the top of the 9th. So here we go. Top of the ninth. And the sixth Blue Jays pitcher into the game. It is going to be Jeff Hoffman. 71 appearances in the regular season. Hoffman went 9-7, 4.37 ERA, 27 walks, 84 strikeouts, 68 innings. He was their closer as he had 33 saves this year. But it's just coming on to try to keep this a 2-run spread. Hoffman did appear in 2 games in the division series, picked up 1 save, pitched 2 1/3 innings, gave up 1 run and 2 hits. He walked 1 and struck out 2. Facing Canzone, leave off top of the ninth. Hoffman's first pitch. Outside, ball 1. One 0 hit foul. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. One pitch. Upstairs, 2-1. Strikeout, a flyout, and a ground out for Canzone tonight. 2-1 pitch. Right there at the knees for strike 2. Counts even, 2-2. Two pitch is 1 hop to first. Guerrero plays it himself, 4 out, number 1. And it'll bring up Victor Robles. Robles hitless in 3 trips tonight. And the Mariners do have their closer, Andres Munoz, up in the pen. Strike 1 to Victor Robles. Struck out a couple times and flown out. 0-1 pitch. Low and outside, 1-1. One. That's a 1 hop to second line. The throw is too late. That almost went in. In fact, it did go out into the right field grass, and there was no chance to get Robles at first base. And it'll bring up J.P. Crawford. That'll be an infield single. Crawford 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded out all 3 times. Throw over to first. Robles back. Hoffman's pitch to Crawford misses, ball one. One 0 pitch. Upstairs, it's 2-0. Hit foul. Counts now 2-1 on Crawford. Looking to the Blue Jays' ninth inning, it will be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Guerrero, Barger, and Kirk. So still some heavy hitters coming up. 2-1 pitch is hit to second. Runner was off on the pitch, so they can only get the one out at first base. So a great job for Robles taking off on the pitch, just kept him out of a double play. And now we're back to the top of the order and Randy Arozarena. Arozarena 0 for 3 tonight. He has walked and scored. Pitch to Arozarena. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Strike one pitch to Arozarena. Swing and a miss again. It's 0-2. Fans trying to urge and get this final out in the ninth. Still give the Blue Jays some hope in the bottom half. 0-2 pitch from Hoffman to Arozarena. Called strike three on the outside corner. Mariners strand a runner at second. Last chance coming up for the Blue Jays in game one. It looks like it's going to be the closer, Andres Munoz, coming in for the Mariners. They lead at 3-1 in game one. Again, it's going to be Guerrero, Barger, and Kirk. 3, 4, and 5 hitters. So still some power coming up here in the bottom of the ninth. Munoz is coming in on the year in 64 appearances, went 3-3, 38 saves on the year. ERA of 1.73, walked 28, struck out 83, 62 and a third innings. Did pick up a save in the division series. Pitched 5 and a third innings in that series, walked 2 and struck out 5. Guerrero will lead it off here in the bottom of the ninth. Blue Jays will have to get a runner on to get the tying run to the plate. Guerrero is 0 for 3 tonight. Mariners looking to take the opener and take home field away from the Blue Jays. In a series in the regular season that was won by the Blue Jays 4-2, but that does not mean anything now. The National League series between the Dodgers and the Brewers were 6-0 against the Dodgers this year. But again, that's going to mean absolutely nothing now. So here we go. It'll be Munoz against Guerrero to lead off the bottom of the ninth. Now, Munoz had 38 saves, as I mentioned, but this might be worth mentioning. He did blow 7 saves this year. Guerrero stepping in the box. Munoz looking for 3 outs and give the Mariners a 1-0 lead in the series. The Blue Jays have been held to 1 hit since that leadoff home run in the bottom of the first from Springer. First pitch outside, ball 1. One-0 pitch to Vladimir Guerrero. There's a strike. Counts even 1-1. Guerrero's lined out and is grounded out twice and hits this foul. Guerrero's in a 1-2 hole. One-two pitch. On the ground to short on 1 hop. Throw to first in time. 1 out in the ninth. And here comes Barger. Barger's 0 for 2. He has walked twice tonight. Beg your pardon, 0 for 1. He's walked twice tonight. First pitch swinging, fly ball left center. Rodriguez there, and the Blue Jays are down to their final out in game 1. And it'll be up to Alejandro Kirk to keep the game alive for the Blue Jays. Kirk has to get on to get the tying run to the plate. Kirk is 0 for 3 tonight. Pitch to Kirk. Strike 1. Munoz looks in and delivers the 0-1 to Kirk. Low, but he went around though. And now the Blue Jays are down to their final strike. Oh-2 pitch. In the air, popped up. Left center field, Arozarena there, and the Mariners take game 1 in Toronto. 3-1 the final, and the Mariners take home field away from the number 1 seed in the American League. Four Mariner pitchers combine on a 2-hitter. This very powerful Blue Jays offense held to 2 hits tonight. Mariners 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. They left 7 on base. Blue Jays 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They left 4 on base. Bryce Miller gets the win. 6 strong innings here for the Mariners. Munoz picks up the save. Gausman, a hard luck loss. He had that rough 6th inning, which cost him. And the Seattle Mariners take a 1-0 lead, with game 2 coming up late tomorrow afternoon. Gutsy performance for the Mariners as they were less than 48 hours removed from the game 5 series clinching win against the Tigers, and they come into Toronto and just have a masterful pitching performance in game 1. 3-1, the final score. Again, game 2 of this series will be late tomorrow afternoon. First pitch just after 5 o'clock Eastern time. I will try to be on the live stream for that if my work schedule cooperates and I get off in time. Game 1 of the Dodgers-Brewers NLCS tomorrow night, just after 8 o'clock Eastern time. I will definitely be on my live stream for that one tomorrow night. As the Mariners, again, take game 1 here, 3-1. Going to sign off here until tomorrow. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John, my site on YouTube. If you do like my content, would really appreciate a like and subscribe on that. That would really help out. Also on Twitch tonight is Sport Guru John. I do also have content on Kick at Sports Kick John. I will be back tomorrow either at 5 for the early game, the game 2 of this series, or for game 1, which we'll be on for anyway, of the Dodgers-Brewers series tomorrow. And again, I hope to talk to you then, and hopefully you can join me tomorrow for at least one live stream, if not 2 live streams.